Is the mic check?
Yo, Jay, can you tell Richie to shut off the radio, please? Thank you.
Okay. That one's working. The mic check?
Mic check, mic check. So we can hear other people too.
Wait 1 second. The mic check?
Mic check, mic check. Hi, Anna. How are you? I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you. So now you see why we couldn't do teams. We had to add some glitz and glamour to our wonderful industry. But so I appreciate the opportunity. It's really great to meet you. I was doing some research on A Dewey Pile. I actually went to a trade show called Manifest as well, and I met one of your sales reps, and he told me a little bit about. Sorry, what? I forget his name. I have his card, and I can um, email it to you after. Um, but he told me that you're now doing drayage and you have a forwarding division. Um, so I tried to find a contact and reached out to you. But I mean, I have to say, I mean, I think. Well, How long has A Dewey Pile been involved in this new forwarding type of business model?
So we're technically, again, vernacular in this industry kind of drives everybody crazy, but we are not a freight forwarder.
Hmm.
We handle inland transportation, warehousing, transloading, uh, et cetera, for our customers. We are not freight forwarders.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So you're doing drayage and transloading like additionally to like LTL, basically.
Correct. Now, my group is the non-asset group. So we actually hire carriers and are looking for outside facilities that could do transloading or short-term storage for us. That was why I was interested in learning more about you guys today.
Awesome. Awesome. And I got to say, I mean, I think that it's really great what you guys are doing. I think it's a great business model. I mean, you have such a big network already. If you have these hubs set up, you have trucks set up, and you have an existing portfolio of customers that you can just reach out to and grab additional new business. And that was why I thought maybe it's good we just had this quick chat. We can tell you what we do here, some of our niches,
Sure.
and you can get a real good bird's eye view of us. Where are you located, if you don't mind me
So I'm
asking,
at the
Anna?
corporate office in Westchester, but I do travel to other facilities. Our brokerage main office is in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, so I try to get out there 2 or 3 times a month. But
Gotcha.
get to Carteret occasionally.
Okay, so next time, come on down. I just thought since we have this meeting, I'd rather give you like a real good look at us. You can actually see us. We're going to do a little walk around some of
Mhm.
the commodities we handle and some of the niches.
Okay.
So if you have any other questions yet, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a quick walk around.
Do you work with freight brokers?
Yeah, so we do work with freight forwarders. We do work with strict brokers. We do work directly with shippers. Some retailers we do work with as well. We're not consolidated in um, one type of business entity.
Okay.
But so we've been in business since 1981. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier. We've been in business since 1981. We're actually one of the longest running drayage and warehouse providers in the New Jersey and New York area. Um, Everything we do is asset based, from the drayage to the warehousing. The only thing that we would ever broker out is if a customer wants to give all of the transload to us, so like including the over the road. That's something we would broker out, just that over the road portion. But I would assume that a Dewey Pile would have their own trucks do that. But so we're
Or we would
flexible
broker it our own.
to your own carrier. I gotcha. But one thing you're going to see here, and if I'm just going to introduce myself real quick too, I've been with this company 15 years. I started as a lumper in the warehouse, so floor loaded container loads. That's where I started in high school. My summer job, I was unloading floor loaded cartons, sorting them by each item, SKU, lot number, palletizing them. Started driving a high low for a little bit. Moved into customer service and then overall management of customer service, assisted dispatch, and moved on to sales and vice president. I mentioned that because that story is not just unique to me. I mean, our CFO has been with us 15 years as well. She started just as in receivables. We have warehouse managers who have been with us over 20 years. We have supervisors who have been with us over 15 years. We have drivers who have been with us over 30 years. Um, Operations manager over 20 years. And as we go by on this tour, I'm going to introduce a few people, and
Are you family owned?
you'll see. Yeah, we are. So there's two owners. So I got into the business 15 years ago with through my father. His partner, his name is Haim Landau, and his son Josh is involved as well. He's the tech guru, so he is the one working the camera right now, but he's on the meeting. So it's kind of like both of our fathers own the business right now, and me and him are running the day to day.
We have a
And
similar
thank you for
story. So
okay.
one of my first assignments, I was doing data entry, but then there were containers that needed to be moved. Good customer next door to us. We got to figure this thing out. So of course they give it to Hummel. Figure this out. Well, the commodity we handled smelled so god awful. In order to motivate my team on the floor, I got to come back at night and strip the containers with the guys, and just, I mean, when I talk about it, I can still smell the smell, and it was the most awful thing. You could stand next to a
Wow.
landfill and that would smell like perfume compared to whatever the junk was in those containers.
Wow.
So very similar. I've been here 35 years. I celebrated my 35th
Wow.
anniversary last Tuesday.
Oh my God, congrats.
Thanks. Worked for the second, third, and now our fourth generation is running the company. So it's been quite a journey. So it's neat to hear your story and hear the longevity of some of your employees as well.
Absolutely. And that's like for both of us. I mean, like you see how the market died down, and I think when you can kind of hold on to those long-term employees during a market downturn, I think it shows the strength and service level of a company. So being that you and our company and your company both have that, at the end of the day, we're doing business on behalf of you, and we're basically acting as a Dewey Pile. I think it's important that we have those similar values.
Great.
All right, let's take a walk. So this area over here is one of our long-term accounts. This is Ducati Motorcycles. We do all of their drayage and their warehousing fulfillment to all the bike retailers through the East Coast. They come in assembled, and if you're familiar, they're high value bike. They're like the Ferrari of motorcycles, I call them.
They are.
So one thing we do have here is full security. So we have CCTV cameras all over the warehouse and the entry points. We have a guard here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have alarm systems, and we have 10-foot high fencing surrounding the perimeter of our facility. We have all different type makes and models. We store down to a VIN number inventory. And as you can see, Ducati has some bikes come in with an acid pack battery. You can tell which ones have that because of the hazmat label. So we do that insert here, and we can store this type of hazmat. We can't store like a red label hazmat, but a corrosive, class 9, things like that we can do. They get different sizes for each model. We know all of that. Some of them come already with a lithium ion battery pack, so those will not have an acid battery pack model. We have 24 doors. We also have an overhead drive out where we can handle some oversized and out of gauge cargo too. So one thing we do that's a little bit of a niche that not every typical dray and transload provider does is we can do project cargo. We can do up to 45,000 pounds on a pallet. We also have low boys and step decks to handle the drayage of the oversized cargo as well.
Nice.
So over here, these are their saddlebags. Hey, Richie. Someone come here a sec. So these are the saddlebags. What's interesting about this is that the VIN number of the saddlebag has to match the VIN number of the bike. So we have a great that helps us do that. This is Richie. What's up, man?
What's up, bud?
How long you been with us, man?
Wow, it's got to be close to 15 years now.
15 years. Can you hear him, Anna?
I can. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she can hear you.
Okay.
15 years. Richie heads our basically our European division, and says Ducati and a few other accounts as well. Richie, come on, make fun of me, man.
No, I get new stuff though. I've been doing this
I'll
for
give you
10 years now. I know Dustin since he was a little kid. It's a true story.
Yeah,
My
I've
mom used to
been
work
through
for
the
his
same
dad's company
thing.
many years ago.
Yeah.
So it's
Kind of
family.
funny watching somebody run around in blinky sneakers and now they're running the joint, huh?
It's just funny watching someone running around in regular sneakers now running the joint. But no, we're all partners here, you know.
Yeah.
So
Everything looks very nice, clean, high and tight. Very nice.
thank you. All right, Richie.
Take care, guys.
See you.
It's funny.
Jay handles the high-low. Richie
Mhm.
is the supervisor. Jay's been with us about, I would say, 8 years now. So we do some cardboard recycling. You know, I know that nowadays everyone's talking about sustainability. So some of the things we do, look, we don't have electric trucks right now for drayage, but I know it's a big thing. But we do recycle all our cardboard. I think we recycle about 35 metric tons a year. We do have this brand new LED lights throughout the facility. They're also motion censored. So if when we're walking and you see like a dark spot, it's just because there's no activity under it. Whole facility is lit.
You running propane lift gates or do you have electrics? What are you doing?
So most
I'm
of
sorry,
our
for the pallet or forklifts.
forklifts.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
No problem. So most of our forklifts are electric, but the heavy duty ones are propane.
Yeah.
So we have like 7 that are electric and 2 that will use propane. So over here, we handle a lot of different commodities. So you know, we have motorcycles, we have auto parts, we have some cosmetics. You will see we have appliances as well. I know you're more in the drayage and transloading, but in case something comes up, we do fulfillment as well. We slap our own pallet IDs on each pallet that's telling us everything that we need to know about this pallet for shipping purposes, and we're location based. So if someone is looking for this SKU refrigerator and lot number, when we receive, we scan it into a location, and the guys are using scanners. It'll tell the picker exactly where to go to find that SKU.
So is that a little bit longer storage in that area?
Yeah, so correct.
It's
Most
nice and
of our
clean.
racking, yes. We're an FDA registered facility, so we have to keep a clean facility.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's usually even cleaner on this. Fridays is our major cleaning day. So I mean, one thing you can see is we do have plenty of storage available. I mean, right now we can fit about 3,000, if access to racking and access to warehouse space, put about 3,000 pallets in here, standard size pallets. So we have auto parts. We do cosmetics as well. We handle a lot of different raw materials. We can track expiration dates. We can track lot numbers, batch numbers, production dates, all that good stuff.
Oh.
We do work with different food commodities because of the FDA. We handle soda. We handle food packaging products. Long-term customer of ours is actually over 30 years. Is Celestial Seasonings. That was like one of the first accounts my father ever brought in. It's still with us today. So this area over here is where we do all our quality control. So before anything goes out, it gets checked and staged in this area here. Somebody will check each product and the BOL, and to make sure, I don't know if, I'm sure you're used to, A2E Pilot delivers to a lot of different DCs. They have different pallet specifications for each DC. So pallet height, labeling instructions, cartons per tier is the label facing outward on each carton on the pallet. All that stuff gets checked here before it goes out. We also check that it's the right quantities, it's the right item numbers, lot numbers, whatever is required of that account before it goes out. And then we do the same thing. We can do, we have accounts that's like a hybrid storage transload type of account where it's not exactly like a one-to-one loading swing load like a regular transload, but you're unloading and you're labeling and you're doing that stuff and maybe you have different POs going to different destinations. We do all that as well. Most of that is handled up here in this area up here. So all that is done here. These all came in floor loaded over here. We sorted them, palletized them. We may have picked a few different POs. I think we have a Xylem container in the door, actually. This is perfect. Yep. So this is an account that actually also made me want to reach out to you because A2E Pilot picks up for this account all the time. This is Xylem. This is a pretty big, this is one of our bigger customers, probably. I'm sure you guys have them in different locations and everything too. So we are a CFS. And so we do have a CFS bond, and we can do we do single party consolidations or transloading. We don't have the IPI program of a St. George or a Vanguard, but one thing we do have that is just totally different is the customer service level. I don't know how are you familiar with St. George or like these big Vanguard, big CFSs? Have you ever worked with them?
Yes.
It's a bit of a pain.
When all goes well, it's great. It's kind of like when they're good, they're very, very good, but when they're bad, they're horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So like one thing, I mean, what I've heard is that it's just kind of difficult to get someone on the phone or get a prompt answer to an email, or I don't know if you have to submit tickets now and to get an answer. We're not like
in all
that.
fairness, we do quite a bit of business with them both. So
Okay.
it's just something you gotta figure out. You gotta develop that rapport, and
Yep.
it like I said, you gotta make it work.
Gotcha. So with us, we're a little more hands-on. We're a little more flexible. If you have a driver running late and you need us to stay open, just give us a heads up. We're able to do that. We don't have that type of red tape.
Do we have drop trailers there?
You don't have drop trailers here, no. But one thing, like again about here is like, I mean, you'll see there's barely a line. If you go to these other places, there's lines out the windows. Our drivers are getting in out here very quick. This is one of our bigger forklifts. This does up to 17,000 pounds. So we use this mainly for xylem and these big types of pieces over here. That's the propane one. And this is our bonded cage. One thing, if you ever do have a bigger bonded account, we can always extend the cage. It's hard to extend the walls of a warehouse, but to extend the cage is fairly easy. But with our current accounts like Xylem, they have a bunch of different house bills in there. There's only one that really needs to sit in the cage out of that whole container because the others will release here. So I'm just going to take you in the customer service real quick. We do have an in-house mechanic as well. He's an over 30-year guy. Actually, started as a driver. He got a little older. Wanted to take him off the road and keep him in-house, so we wound up making him our mechanic. This is the pickup window here. So as you can see, there's really no delays with any drivers. All right, so this area here is warehouse customer service. Over here is Angie.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Angie.
Angie, tell her how long you've been with us.
25 years.
25.
Century.
Quarter century. So what's really cool about Angie is that she's been working with some of the same accounts today as she did on her first day 25 years ago. Jovi joined our team fairly recently, so that's 2-year anniversary I think we just had. Yep. Jovi works on our transloading and helps with our Xylem account and some of our bond accounts as well. Our customer service manager is out on vacation, but she was one of the heads of St. George and one of the head managers of St. George and Coda as well. Over here is Janita. Janita does all our billing.
Hello.
Hello.
And Jay, how long you been with us?
22 years.
22 years. And so Janita receives all our delivery orders, puts them into the system. She also does our billing. When we put a delivery order into our system for drayage, we check the availability at the port through EDI link to the port's availability. So this is everything we have in our system right now. And every 20 minutes, these are, you can see the container numbers, the freight release information, customs release information, is it discharged, all that good stuff. So every 20 minutes, what it will do is take, it will check the availability of all the containers in our system. So we'll know within 20 minutes of something becoming available at the port. And only being about 7 miles from the Port Elizabeth, we're able to get stuff out really quick. So we're definitely key location for transzoning, I would say, and drayage. We have about 35 driver fleet. As I mentioned, we do out of gauge. We have the low boys and the step decks. Mm-hmm. We do hazmat. We do overweight. We have our own traxels. We have about 10 traxels and about 40, give or take, of our own slider chassis as well. So we can use them for 20s or 40s, which is great. We also do ISO tanks. So it's like a niche. Not everybody does the ISO tanks, but we do them.
You probably don't have any spot capacity in that market, do you?
I do. If you told me you need an ISO tank picked up tomorrow, we'll get it done.
Okay.
Yep.
That's certainly a tough one for us to cover.
Yeah. Well, hey, not anymore. And here is trucking. So this is Dana's our operations manager,
Hello.
and tell her how long you've been with us now.
23 years.
23 years. Dana's a guy who kind of helped mentor me when I first got in, and he's like, we're partners. We're all partners here.
Nice. Very nice.
She's very nice.
Thank you.
And then Jonathan is our dispatcher.
How you doing?
She can hear
How
you
are
too.
Oh, good.
She said, "How are you?"
Good. I'm well. Thank you.
Jonathan is our dispatcher. Jonathan was started with us about 12 years ago. Jonathan is a veteran, so he actually was a driver and a dispatcher in the military. I mean, this guy drove trucks through Afghanistan, dodging minefields and all this crazy stuff. And since he had that experience, we first brought him on as a driver. We
What branch of the military?
Army, right?
Army, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, just having that type of military training and military management training, I think, has been a real valuable asset to us. He does a terrific job, and another long-term guy.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So one other thing, because I don't have the internet connection, I could. It's hard to show you that, but if we went outside, you could see we do have a full secured yard. We have about 100 spots. I have about 80 container slots available. We have a guard shack, all that good stuff. So we do have a large yard as well for container storage and those things also.
How far is your service area for delivering containers direct to customers?
So, like we quoted today, going to California. We'll go out as far as you need us to.
But do you bring the containers back and strip them and ship them out truckload, or will you deliver containers direct to customers?
Oh yeah, so we have customers who will use us just for drayage, directly to customers. We have customers who will use us just for transloading, just for warehousing, and then we have customers, long-term customers, who just know us very well, and they'll use us for all of the above.
Okay.
But as far as our delivery radius, we can go really wherever you want us to go. What I will say is I think our quotes are most competitive within maybe 100 to 150 mile radius of the major New Jersey and New York ports. But I mean, I wouldn't count us out on things going 200, 250. I mean, we move loads to Ohio weekly.
Nice. What about overweight containers? We've gotten requests from Port of New Jersey down to Maryland. So a couple of them have gone to our Greencastle facility, Baltimore area. I hate them. It's trying to get overweight through 2 states sometimes. Just throwing it out there. I've turned down more business and because of that.
So Maryland actually did a thing where they were kind of letting carriers bring overweight cargo without a permit through there. But you still have to pass through Delaware from here. And that was the issue that we had. I mean, we can do up to 90,000 GVW in New Jersey. And then going further out, we need to apply for another permit, like a daily permit, not an annual. And then the issue is, if the load is divisible, they most likely tell you that they deny it.
Delaware. Yep.
Delaware.
Hate them.
So what we can do is we can unload some of the weight here and then do 2 deliveries. That's what we've really been offering.
That's a good option for us, though. Yeah, because you're right, Delaware. I do have customers who just want it sealed. Take it to them; they'll unseal it. But I like the transload option for some of these heavier ones that I've been trying to deal with.
What's going on, man? It's all right. What's going on? Come on in. Yes, I hear you. It's just a risk, you know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
we really usually play by the rules.
Mhm.
I know some carriers don't, but we're more of the other thing we always kind of tell our customers is like, if we're doing something illegal, you're giving us information, and let's just say the truck falls and or hits another car, it kills someone. You know, you don't know what like liabilities would then go onto the broker, or if there would be any impact. So we really just
Will be.
go by the book,
Yep.
you know.
That's one thing that we absolutely require, because
Yeah,
there's at the end of the day, if nothing else, the numbers have to speak to you. There is not enough profit in anything Dre related worth any of the risk that
yeah,
not knowing what you are doing
yeah,
can fall on. So
absolutely.
there isn't anything that we will do. We'll certainly, anything that looks like it's out of scope, you definitely need to raise your hand. We do not tolerate misinformation that would cause any kind of regulation or safety issue.
Absolutely, and I think any company that would do that isn't really a partner. That's
Mm,
just like a short-term vendor or someone. I mean, there's trucking companies that will do that, and they'll go in with a cheap rate and run something illegally to get in the door. Um, we
yeah.
provide solutions, and that's why I wanted to mention we can unload some of
Yeah.
the freight here, call it a stop off, take 2 pallets off, and then
Good.
run the container down there. And then I don't know. I mean,
Good.
you have you know, A2A Pilot has plenty of trucks to pick up LTL,
Yeah.
so that may
That
be
would
a
work.
perfect solution.
Okay.
You know.
Good. So you operate as two different companies, transportation and warehousing?
Yeah, but
Looking behind you.
the so the remit so that's okay. So that's one of our first signs. So it used to be Leonard, the old
Hmm.
owner. My dad's old partner name was Leonard Gannett.
Hmm.
And then before Josh's father, so that was before Josh's father came in. Leonard was the trucking and Gannett was the warehousing. Um, I feel like it got kind of confusing, so we're just filtering out Gannett and everything's Leonard Transportation since we had this new merger, so to speak,
I
with our
remember
new
it the old
partners.
way.
You
That's how
remember it?
that's how I remember it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh cool.
Been around since the 80s, bud. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So we used to be in Elizabeth and
Yeah.
Edison.
Yep.
We wound up consolidating into Carteret now, because we had like our dispatch in Elizabeth, and then most trucking was done in Elizabeth, and we had a DC, more of a fulfillment area in Edison, and just felt the better coordination, especially for transloading.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see trucking and warehousing just works footsteps between
Absolutely.
each other. So we
Oh, good.
consolidated,
Okay.
but we got some new updated logos now. We don't have the Looney Tunes. We call it the Looney Tunes Leonard logo. Kind of looks like Looney Tunes over there, but we got some new logos. We started doing some new marketing and everything. So trying to get our name out there a little more.
Good.
Um,
Okay.
so do you have any question? Do you have any goals like specific to you that may be something that we can really help you with, as a niche provider?
Well, we always look for a partner that can help us with transload or just different solutions instead of going back saying, no, we just can't move overweight. And it isn't always the ugly that we're looking for. Um, I'd say that most of what we need moved would be in that 100-mile radius. The one-offs would be like the Cleveland opportunity, Cleveland area, Akron area. Um, but that's the biggest need that we would have would be dray from the port to the customer.
Mhm.
It's mostly imports, like everything. But I've got a couple of good export accounts. Um, and then, like I said, I have a few that do need us to transload, go into multiple truckloads or half truckloads and get them out. So how we handle it is we would actually send you a link. We use RMIS to onboard all of our carriers.
Mm-hmm.
So we would contract you as a carrier initially, and we ask for proposals for every piece of business that we do. So we will, let you know the volume. I try not to go to people with a lot of one-offs. Any opportunity that our sales reps are bringing in, we qualify it with our sales reps and our customers, and then we would come to you and ask you to price it, so that we don't have pricing that we're going to kind of pigeonhole you into. We definitely want to forge a partnership with you and make sure that you understand our business model as well as you've explained yours today.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Would you be our point of contact when we do have opportunities, or can you send me contact lists?
So I would be your point of contact for quoting.
Okay.
But what I'll do is I have my own email, which you can always use in my cell phone there. Like I have customers who call me Saturday or at night. It really doesn't matter.
Mhm.
We're after a while you just become friends, so doesn't matter. But for like regular quote requests, we have a group email. It's
Perfect.
operations@Leonard
Okay.
Logistics, just in case I'm out of the office, someone else can send you a quote, and I monitor that email as well.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what we do here.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so I hope this was informative.
Yep.
We're very familiar with RMIS. If you have a link
Yeah, you're a
that you can
user out
send
there.
them, yeah.
Yep.
If you could send me a link, if that's okay to get set up with you, and
Yep.
then if you have something that you think's in our wheelhouse, we can just jump right in seamlessly and help you.
So the main point of contact here will be Alyssa Campley. So
Okay.
she'll go ahead and send that invite out. I'll give her the team email address for quotes. And like I said, as we get new opportunities, we will bring them to you and hopefully grow some business together.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, look, as you grow, we grow, and your
Mhm.
success is our success, and
Yep.
that's
Oh,
really
good.
our motto. So,
Great. I appreciate your time
anything we
today.
can do to help. Likewise, thank you, Anna.
Yep. Okay. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.